Don't be sorry, Rob. Just shut up. Just ship, whip. No talking when I'm talking to the camera. Don't throw that beer bottle at me. What's up, guys? Just got done doing the shakedown run for the Sandblast Rally, and I have all new Ohlins suspension on the Scrambler. Ohlins drop-in cartridges in the front. They've been installed by Solid Performance in Downingtown, Pennsylvania, and then the rear shocks have all been custom revalved. The rear shocks on the Scrambler are complete blow-throughs. They have almost no compression dampening, so we've actually had to match finish the valves and get that valving set up so that way we could adjust it and add some more shims to the shim stack. The rear has also gotten a new shim stack, and then we've upped the nitrogen pressure in the rear. So when it comes to the front shocks, their Ohlins drop-ins are full cartridge kits. They got the 6.0 spring. So adjustments that I've made is I've increased the rear damping quite a bit to let the bike squat in the sand and then hold its kind of traction. You don't want it to rebound, because if the rear of the bike is rebounding, then you're unloading the rear. So I've gone in and made some adjustments. Big, huge improvement over the stock suspension. Like, I know in this video that I'm going to show you guys of me running it, it's going to look like the bike is still moving a whole bunch. It's actually way more solid. It's way faster, much larger speed. So I'm really excited to get going on race day. Went in and dialed a little bit more compression. Just wait for that rally car to go by. Dialed in a little bit more compression, and also dialed in a little bit more preload on the front. And then on the compression side, I added a little compression because you want it to float over the sand. The bike feels way more stable, way easier to ride. You know, it's not a full review of this suspension, but I would say that this is one of the best suspension modifications you can give this bike, is actually get the rear valve properly, because it seems like that rear suspension was valved in a way that, you know, those guys had to valve it and they just went home. They were like, hey, do you like beer? Let's get the hell out of here. Forget the shock, because it just was a complete blow through on the compression side. So that's a big improvement. I'm at Solid Performance. They took apart the shocks for the Triumph Scrambler 1200 XC, the Ohlins ones. They said that they're pretty good. The components in them are pretty nice. One of the things, though, is that the compression side was essentially just like a check valve, so fluid couldn't flow back through it. So they ended up machining these little inserts that are going to go in the mid valves, and they had to kind of machine fit them so they fit in there perfectly. And then we're going to revalve these shocks, and hopefully I'll be able to go over some water bars and hit some square edges and not bottom the bike out completely right away. Dieter's the mad scientist behind it. He says it's very similar to a mountain bike shock when it comes from the factory, which lacks a ton of compression. So these are our new valves and our new shim stacks in here. Pretty custom stuff. We're into the no man's land, but that's what we're doing over here at Solid Performance. The bike rides much higher in the stroke. We've also flipped the tender spring blockouts, so that way it blocks out the tender spring and moves onto the main spring, which actually the springs aren't that bad. It's just the way that they're set up. So you'd have to remove the springs, flip that, and insert the spring back on again. And then the tender spring would lock out 23 millimeters quicker, which all these things, you know, they add up to little improvements here and there. That's why tomorrow's going to be a big day with the race. I may have a bit more better wrap up from the Sandblast video about the suspension modifications, but for now, huge, massive improvements. Solid Performance is going to look into how they can scale up these rear shocks, because they took quite a bit of work to get them to here. And then if they're available, I'll do a full review on suspension, but this is just for, you know, a little taste out here at the internet. They're working really great. Appreciate you guys. Check out some test footage and see you out there. squirrely, huh? Hold on, buddy, I'll give you a hand. Woo, you're tired. Watch out. Oh yeah, you really jammed it in there, huh? Okay. You couldn't find some stinkier shit to lay it in? Okay, I got it. That one. There she is. Your clutch is really far out. So, you want this to be off? Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah, you want this to be off. Start engaging right away. Let's roll. Go. Gotta go. Woo!
This thing's all right.
Yeah, you like it?
I missed the steering dampener.
Yeah,
For sure.
for sure. This thing's...
You see where I went into the berm?
Oh no, first turn. Oh no, no.
Wow.
Uphill right-hander?
I was fucking daydreaming.
Hey, pupper. What are you doing? Hi. Oh, look at you. Hi. What? You want to get them gloves? You want to get them gloves? Yeah. Yeah, come here. Yeah, we'll be buddies. We'll be buddies. Yeah. Come here. Come here. You want to get this stick? Give me that stick. Yeah. Okay, okay, come here, come here, come here, come here. You give me that stick. Yeah, you got it. So like it draws in some talent, but like it keeps it real, man. Like there's no big money, no factory team, which I kind of like.
Yep.
Then I can can tweak my tweakers. Up front after this. So I like your, like, we don't have time to get you up for this, so.
Stay around those spots.
Probably don't need it. Okay, no, this is fine. Actually, you film it. You just hold the camera there, though, okay?